Pro Boxing fans here with Johnny Nelson. Johnny, we've just seen Anthony Joshua putting a demolition job against Francis Ngannou, man. What did you make of that?
That's how it should be. You know, I kept saying it's about boxing snobbery, and it shouldn't be any other way unless it's been with a lot of luck. And it was always a big if. That's all we could make the story of, because in hindsight, you've got to look. Anthony Joshua is a former heavyweight champion, Olympian, all the champions he'd beaten. That should have. And so all you could talk about was what if. What effect would it have if Ngannou came through? But that should happen.
Before the fight, a lot of people are saying, listen, Ngannou is one of the toughest guys in combat sport, but you knocked him down twice, knocked him out the third time, and that was a very, very heavy knockout.
I totally agree. This guy's a tough cookie who really believes himself 1000%, but he came up against a boxer, and I'm quite sure if it was the other way around, the result would be the other way around. He came into the boxing ring against a world-class fighter. So, and this is what happens if you fight a world-class fighter and you're a novice. He's a novice. This was said before the fight. He's forgotten through the fight. What this guy had on his side was a big punch, the power. And if he landed on AJ, it was a case of how would AJ react. But AJ's skills. That's what he said at the weigh-in. That's what he said all the way through. This is how it should have been, day and night, black and white.
How interesting does this make Fury AJ, regardless of what happens with Fury Usyk? I'm sure fans are still going to want to see Fury AJ. How interesting does this make everything?
It makes it very interesting. Styles make fights, and you know, initially you go through, and when you say who's going to win, who's not going to win, coming through, you said AJ, then AJ had a dip, you said Fury, then Fury's had a dip, you say AJ, and now both guys are dipping. Now both guys have got a peak. Fury looks like he's got himself in physical condition at least. We've got to see what happens with the Usyk fight, if that does happen next. But in reality, AJ did what Fury should have done. And again, if Fury's going to tell the truth and say, you know what, I didn't prepare for him. Is he saying, believe me now and don't believe me yesterday? You've got to make your mind up. And so at the end of the day, I think it was a great performance that should have happened. It shouldn't have been any other way. And you know what, I'll stick to what I say. If Ngannou would have taken AJ out, AJ could not justify that to himself, and it would have broken him as a fighter. Most fighters would have broken. A guy coming in second novice after all I've achieved would have broken him. That's why I'm saying risk reward, it doesn't weigh up. Fortunately, it weighed up. Fortunately, it came off. Fortunately, gamble worked for him. But you know what, he got the job done.
Final one, just a quick thought on Jose Parker with the great win against Zhang. Yeah. Was it the best looking fight? Zhang knocked him down twice, obviously, but we saw Jose Parker win the rounds. What did you make of that fight?
As I said, he had to pickpocket him. He couldn't do anything else. Joseph had to pickpocket him, because if he'd have tried to box him any other way, whenever he got a little too comfortable, he got clipped and got put down, and you could see the power Zhang had. So good on him. Good work for Joseph Parker.
Johnny, thank you very much for your time, mate. I appreciate your time as always. So, man.